We face our first stern test of our time here at Mallorca in episode 3. If you go on to enjoy today's episode, as ever, please do drop it a thumbs up. If we could hit 1,500 likes again, that'd be phenomenal. And of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, or even if you are subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that notification bell. And if you're not subbed, then sub as well. We're hoping to get promoted this first season with Mallorca, but it's not going to be easy. There are a handful of sides that have come down from La Liga in the not too recent past. One of which we start the episode with, Espanyol, who so far have a 100% record this season in La Liga Smartbank. As you can see, they sit top. Real Sporting recently been in La Liga BBVA as well. Sat second. Girona, not long relegated from the top division. Malaga, not long relegated from the top division. There are a number of sides that are challenging for promotion this season. Expect Zaragoza to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season as well. Leganés, I'm surprised to see as low down as they are, but obviously it's still early days. So we start with Espanyol, and we actually have a number of difficult games today. We face Sporting as well, and Real Oviedo, both away from home. So we have first and second and 8th, and then Sabadell are actually lower in the division. So that one should be pretty straightforward, I hope. We will have to auto-replace, of course, the midfielder that was suspended. Unfortunately, got himself banned in his first game of the season. But I'm going to take a risk, and I'm going to put Pudge into the starting lineup. One of the youngsters that I am most excited about, for obvious reasons, if you follow the Football Manager content over on Twitch. Now, hopefully, we can get another victory at home. It was pretty dramatic in the one-played game of yesterday's episode. I hope for a little bit more straightforward action today, but against the quality of opposition we're playing, don't know how much of a realistic expectation that is. We start with Espanyol. You can see their starting lineup on the right-hand side. I hope our formations don't cancel each other out, and we can still have a pretty solid performance and result. Wait and see, but playing first, and then second, with Oviedo and Sabadell to come after that. Dada to start things off for Espanyol. Woulé is going to be a dangerous striker to deal with, and David Lopez is in here, and the shot is blocked off Russo. Blocked it? That's a word. Blocked off Russo. David Lopez just... Oh, it nearly hit Ishmael square on the knee, and that could have rebounded anywhere. Merida will take the corner for Espanyol. They are top of the table so far, as we mentioned. They've won all 3 games that they've played so far. They've scored 7 goals and conceded just the 1. So it's certainly the biggest test that we've faced so far in our brief tenure as Mallorca boss. But we envision, we expect tests to get significantly more difficult later on in the save. But we're not necessarily starting this test very well. 1 chance created, corner 1. Second chance created, goal. Espanyol lead here at home for us. And that's not particularly a positive way to start, is it? Well worked though, nice ball around the corner and just helping it on its way more so than anything else. Continuing to sweep it towards that far corner. Didn't really change the direction of it at all, just added a bit more power. And it's trickled into that far corner away from Keiko Vargas, or Keiko Vegas even, and unfortunately, we trail to the league leaders. Fabas in the way of that really nicely. Danny Rodriguez trying to use that pace that he's got, maybe aging, but still got some sprint in those legs. Here's Mark Cardona, our first goal scorer of this save. Danny Rodriguez trying to snapshot before Calero can get to the ball. Unfortunately, not able to squeeze it on target. Now, I'm in trouble here. Mbaba's looking to get in behind Kufre. Trying his best to get back and has fulfilled his defensive duties well until he then was wayward positionally again. Valiente clears the header. Mbaba recovers. This is great football from Espanyol. Miguelon in possession. Back to Mbaba. Dangerous again here. David Lopez. Oh, I thought that was in. I think he thought it was in as well. Puffing out his cheeks. Great connection on the volley. David Lopez with 2 efforts so far in this game for Espanyol. 1 blocked, 1 narrowly wide, but we are... Come on. The anticipation from Mbaba there to step in and get to that was ridiculous. The left back surely should have been the recipient of that pass. Koke even Vegas. What a stop. Not playing particularly well at the beginning of this fixture. And I'm really having to rely on my goalkeeper to stand firm and keep the scoreline as low as possible whilst I still try and find my feet in this game. Cardona has runners off him. One of which is... it's Pudge! Oh, saved by Diego Lopez, the experienced goalkeeper. Coming up trumps for his team. Oh, Arnau Puigmal is one of the heroes of the Football Manager save at Cambridge United. And very nearly, making a name for himself in this save in his first game as well. He's Febas. Header cleared from the corner off the line. Cardona turns well. It's going to fall here to Ndiaye. Will hit it early and Diego Lopez will force another corner. We'll try again. Another good delivery. Cardona's up with a header. David Lopez wins it on this occasion. Pretty entertaining game. This seems like a very entertaining division so far from the football we've played in episodes 2 and 3. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yesterday's transfer bumper special. Little back heel there to get that to Mbula and deliver it towards the back post where Cardona's waiting, but Cabrera gets it behind. They had a lot of pressure put on the goal. We're putting a lot of pressure on the goal now. But that pressure has been alleviated by a terrible header. Expect him to try and turn inside, which he has done. And Febas wins that back. Mbula, Danny Rodriguez. There we go. Just breaking the challenge of the pass there. Of the tackle even. And finding the pass. Diegu. I got Danny Rodriguez there again, but it says a wayward pass. We have scrambled to get the ball away from the Espanyol man. And Mbula's going to look for Cardona in the middle. Can he win this header? He can! Oh! But it's just past that far post. This has been an early eye-opener in the season that even though, yes, we would consider ourselves one of the bigger sides in the division, yes, we would consider ourselves one of the favourites for promotion, no, it is not going to be an easy ride. There are some other sides in the league that are just as good as us, and on today's evidence against Espanyol, arguably better than us. And it will be a genuine scrap to try and get back up to La Liga in this first season of asking. Hopefully as the season progresses and players grow and I become more familiar with the team, our overall performances will improve and we'll get the results that we want. But judging by the way that Espanyol and Sporting, etc. have started the season, they're going to be very strong all year long. And we may have to rely on just the playoff position this season for our chance of promotion. I don't know, as we're going to be good enough to challenge those top two for the automatic spots. Miguelon could try and whip this in. He shrugged off Diego. Melendo in the box. Oscar Melendo is such a talented player that could certainly be getting himself a big move in this save. Maybe even to us at some point in the future. Diego just working inside, but it's a poor ball again. We just lacked the quality in this one, unfortunately. And it's not come to pass. Junior can come on for Mbula. Insua scored a goal off the bench last time, and oh, how I would love one for him to do so again now. Oh, lovely touch by Wule. Thankfully we get the foot in. Those substitutions haven't had the chance to take place yet, but we could still find ourselves level before they have the chance to enter the fray. It's a heavy pass. Danny Rodriguez will get there, and we do have our equaliser. A 90th minute late goal again for Mallorca at home, this time to earn ourselves a point rather than all three against the run of play, but we'll absolutely take it. It'll be the first points Espanyol dropped so far this season. Scenes in the stands as your man in his vest goes clambering over people behind him yet again. It's not the first time we've sent these fans into raptures in this brief spell at Mallorca so far. One thing they're guaranteed, and they're becoming familiar with, learning that on the ChesnoidGaming channel there is always drama in Career Mode Series. Mallorca 1, Espanyol 1. A point that we don't deserve, but we will gladly take. Real Sporting coming up next. Oviedo line up as follows. Femenias in goal. Nieto, Gripo, Arribas and Bolaño, I think, in a back four. Yeah, 4-4-2 in fact. Vala, Olvaya, Tierra, Jimmy, Sangali, Obeng and Blanco Leshuk. I don't know, as I'm familiar with any of the names in their starting lineup, but that certainly doesn't mean that they can't give me just as much of a challenge as Espanyol did in the last game. I thought it was Sporting next. Evidently, that's not the case. This away kit's really nice, actually. The white with the red detailing looks really good. Mallorca have got some lovely kits, haven't they? Hopefully mine will arrive in the post soon. It will hopefully be with me by the end of this current week. Into Febas. Sanchez now back from suspension, and I'm able to use him for the first time. Dani Rodriguez has been our most reliable goal scorer so far, but Febas is in here and we don't have the first goal. Trying to turn that around to a team I probably should have just accepted the corner. He was offside anyway, and had he even gone near the ball, even if the ball had gone out for the corner, he probably would have been called as such, and it would have been a free kick for Oviedo regardless. Here's Blanco Lechuk. Don't know if he's a regen or a real life player. He's got his shirt tucked in, which normally indicates that that player is a youth regen, but we'll have to wait and see. I might even have a look for him in the FIFA database. Oh, I tried to concentrate there to ensure they didn't score, and they still scored. That's really annoying. Blanco Lechuk, the man that we were talking about, gives them the 1-0 lead. Let's have a look. Are you a regen, sir? No, he's not. He's a real-life man. Gustavo Blanco Lechuk. 1 shot, 1 goal. Yikes. We're behind early doors again. Towards that right-hand side with all of the play. That's a, well, strong challenge from Cardona, but a fair one according to the referee. Diego will look to turn inside on that right foot and not do it very well at all, but Sanchez will find Cardona, and he won't turn the defender very well at all either. I'm not playing well today, it seems. It's 8 minutes to go until half-time. Now could be the chance, so, to get the equaliser. As Sanchez is in behind, will use that left foot, and Juan Feminias makes a good save. He almost thought about coming for it there again. Pull this back to Dani Rodriguez. There's the support. Diegu's here out of his feet. The shot blocked. Is you? Grammar and English says, are you onside? There's a mixture of are you onside and is he onside? Is he onside, bud? No, he's not. He's offside, and we will not have an equaliser. Ishmael forward to Mbula and around the corner to Febas. Let's start the second half on the front foot. We mean business now. I'm not enjoying being second best in every game that we play with Mallorca so far this season. I'd very much like to actually assert some dominance and kind of give myself the confidence to say, yeah, we are promotion challengers this year. Cardona's broken free here. I'm going to look for a teammate. Didn't have the angle for the shot. At least I wasn't confident enough to go for the shot in that situation. Maybe it's just the lack of trust that I have at the minute in my front line. Or just an unfamiliarity I have with my front line. I didn't feel confident enough to take that shot on. Dani Rodriguez. See, that's where I'd love a left footer. That's where Charlie Barnett came into his own in the last series with Hull. I had that left-footed option in situations like that, but having everybody but my left back being right-footed, I'm very one-dimensional with the way that I build my attacking play. Win that header. Cardona, oh my god, it's the second time in today's episode he's had a header won well from a corner that's been cleared off the line by a defender. We do look quite dangerous in the attack, but not really dangerous yet. Hopefully, with more practice and more tactical familiarity and player familiarity, we will unlock the best way to play with this Mallorca side. That's a hell of a ball. Thankfully, Russo's there as we deny them the opportunity to potentially extend the lead to 2. And if they do score a second, I think that would be game. Cardona, his touch is poor, unfortunately. 25 minutes or so left to go. Again, I think I'm going to call on something from the bench. Insua for Rodriguez. We'll bring Ruiz de la... I want to say De La Galarreta, but it's not. It's just De Galarreta. Ruiz de Galarreta is going to come off the bench. And that'll be it for now, though I might bring Junior on for Cardona and maybe move Ndiaye to striker for the final 15 minutes or so if we haven't found our equaliser in that time. There's Blanco Lechuk again. Tejera, there's a man free on this side. And there's the second for Oviedo. Pulling the defence this way and that. And he's just on his own on the entire right-hand side of the box. There's not really much he can do there. Kufre tucked in to follow the run of the number 16. And it just left him on his own. A quick first-time shot to ensure the keeper can't get his feet set. Koke Vegas can't do anything about that. Strong strike. Strong performance from Oviedo. And away from home, we are floundering here. 2-0 down with 24 to go. I don't think there's going to be any last-minute drama here, lads, on this occasion for the first time. Diego to Cardona. All the way across here to Fabas. And look for Insua, who's onside, I think, here. Has tucked it home. And we may well have some late drama. No, don't pick the ball up, pal. Oviedo 2, Mallorca 1. Big 6'5" young future star off the bench to sweep home again. Lovely run from him. Just seeing the space and driving forward into it. Just tucking it home underneath the goalkeeper before getting crunched. Federico Insua has his second goal of the season. In fact, he might even have scored more, taking into account simmed games so far. And we are back in the game, and we might yet get some late drama in this one and a point still. Amath Diédhiou is on the way forward here, and Fabas has Insua. He can't do it again, can he? No. Juanjo Nieto in the way. Right, I am going to make that change now that I mentioned earlier on. We're going to put Ndiaye up top, and then we'll bring Junior on the right-hand side. He does have striker in his positions, Ndiaye. As you can see there, position is left mid and striker. So even though it's saying that he's out of position, he isn't getting maximum boosts. He's still getting some boosts. He's already got 75 finishing, so he's up. That is actually boosted to 82 with that +7. So hopefully that should be good enough to see us get an equaliser, trying to really state his claim to be one of the players in the division in Sewer now, or one of the main prospects in the division, should we say. Now, actually, I'm getting caught on the counter-attack here, and Tahira could get in behind, and I don't know how much pace I've got in my defensive line. I'm going to bring Russo across. He's done me. There's a man on this near side in Bolaño. And a third really would kill me off. Whilst it's 2, there's still a chance. Nahuel Leiva back to Bolaño. Time's running out for either side to find another goal now, but if I can get it off them sooner rather than later, I could get a counter-attack. Good block. Oh, it's going to fall free to Tahira. He's hit the post. Abeng is onside, and it's 3-1 Oviedo. How lucky is that rebound? Celebrating exactly where his teammate did, hopping over the barrier there. Is this a generic stadium or yeah, Stadion Europa? I didn't think it was Oviedo's real ground. I've never seen that celebration before. Now we've seen it twice. Deflected straight to a striker. Deflected straight to a striker. What can you do? Must have been onside. Must have been, otherwise the game would have given it. And that's 3-1. And despite Insua's introduction and opportunity and offer of potentially getting something from this game, Real Oviedo stepped it up a notch. And we're like, no, we're definitely getting this victory. Thank you very much. Diédhiou hasn't really had a chance to do anything up top, so I barely had the ball. And I've lost the ball in a central area there on the counter-attack now. It certainly will be 3-1 or 4-1. Oh, I've lost it again. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-1 defeat here against Oviedo. My first defeat in a played game, to be fair. Well, we were close in the last one against Espanyol to losing. Real Sporting next. Although I think, actually, the simulated game at home against Sabadell is in between. Have changed Sanchez from a cam to a centre mid, or I'm doing so now. It will become his primary position. I don't know as it'll actually change his overall at all. It hasn't. I could still continue to train him though. 15 weeks to be a playmaker, and to be fair, in central midfield, his passing is one of his weakest attributes. So certainly, I'd like to improve that. Although 76 short pass isn't necessarily the worst. It's more the lack of curve and crossing and free kick accuracy that's actually affecting that overall passing rating. Can we do? It's not really going to be a ball winning passing. Up the vision, up the short pass, and the dribbling stats maybe. 16 weeks for that, 15 weeks for playmaker. Let's go for that first. The weak foot upgrade as well is probably going to be important too. You see there, or could see there, that his contract is expiring in 10 months' time. There are still some contracts that I need to offer round to ensure that we have everybody that we want at the club for next season. Suleimani Ali. I don't know as any of these guys are going to be the answer. Umar Mane might be half decent for an Neto replacement. Alpha Sonko, it's not looking that promising. Babacar Sanya not looking that promising either. We'll give these guys all at least one more month to give us a little bit more of an idea, but not having much luck with our high quality, to be fair, scouts so far. I'm going to say no to you now. definitely saying no to you. Potential of 69. Jaime Morientes might be the one. 58 to 80, 160 valuation. That's a definite no. 325. Valued at £825,000. I will sign him for now. And we might well have our goalkeeper replacement on the way. Currently 61 rated. Reflexes at 69 is very good, actually. Always, positioning is their lowest stat by a margin, which is really frustrating. Is there anything that drastically improves positioning? There is. Sweeper keeper will improve. That's 10 weeks for that. I'm gonna try and speed his growth up. Jaime Morientes. He might be the one that we choose long term, unless we end up with another absolute worldie throughout the youth system, which we do have the opportunity to do. They are out scouting for 6 months. Those 2 scouts in Spain and Cameroon. I as of yet, or you guys as of yet, haven't seen episode 2 as I'm recording this. It's literally 4 minutes to 3, so you will be seeing it within the next 5 minutes, and then I'll be able to get your feedback with regards from that video where to send my other scout, and I will act on that in the next episode. So we'll crack on with some training here, and I believe the next game is that sim against Sabadell, which hopefully we can bounce back to winning ways in. It wasn't Sabadell in the sim game today. That was yesterday. It's Castellón that are the sim game. They are 22nd and bottom so far this season. Sat there with 5 games played, 1 draw and 4 defeats. 2 goals scored, 8 conceded. Rock bottom of the table. We do have a game in hand, which is a game in hand for them as well. So we could go up as high, potentially as 6th again, if we can win this and other results go our way. Regardless, we should certainly leapfrog a handful of sides if we can see through a victory here. And fingers crossed we will do that. And we do by 2-0. Kufra with 1 from left back. Lago Junior on for Sanchez in a central position, weirdly. Centre mid coming on, and then 7 minutes later, bagging a goal. So that's 3 points for the boys. And you can see that Real Sporting just drew away from home against Leganés. We're up to 7th with that win. Most of the other results did go our way there, actually. So as we now head to the game against Sporting, we're back to winning ways and hopefully can continue some good form. They are as of yet undefeated so far this season. Espanyol only dropping points on 1 occasion so far this season. Wonder who that was against. Who's the only side to take some points off Espanyol this year? Oh yeah, us. Unfortunately, I lost to Oviedo, so that little bit of cockiness doesn't really take me very far. But hopefully we can get victory against Real Sporting away from home, or at least avoid defeat as we did against Espanyol late on. And hopefully continue the push for a playoff spot this season. And then ultimately place in La Liga next year. Real Sporting have Diego Mourinho in goal. Javi Fuego is a midfielder I'm familiar with. Used to play for Villarreal. Pretty sure that's the same Javi Fuego. I don't know how to pronounce this striker's name. That D with the accent through the upright of the D, I do not have any clue as to how that's pronounced. So do let me know if you're... I think is he Serbian? He might be Serbian, or... I probably done myself with the service here. Yeah, I think he's Serbian. So do let me know how to pronounce that. Well, for me, it looks like a D, but you guys from Serbia will be able to tell me whether it is a D or not. But Sporting playing a formation that should hopefully see us be able to challenge them. Again, it's kind of similar to the one that we're playing, so we should, fingers crossed, be able to match them like for like in every position. And fingers crossed, get our first actual win in a played game of the day. We've had a draw, we've had a defeat. Now it's time to get 3 points. Rosas. Juka. To Kumits. I don't know how to pronounce the C with the little V accent above it either, to be completely honest. I apologise. I would like to try and get pronunciations as correct as I can. But there are some accents that I haven't either encountered before or have never had explained to me how to pronounce. So there will be occasions where there'll be players that I don't really know how to say their name. But as I mentioned in the last episode, please do let me know in the comment section phonetically how to pronounce how to pronounce those accents and those names, and I'll endeavour to try and get them correct moving forward. Couple of early chances for El Sporting here. A header and a shot, both dealt with, thankfully though, quite comfortably by the goalkeeper. Mbula could actually be away here. I don't know. Well, Javi Fuego certainly isn't going to deal with Mbula pace-wise. I'm going to cross it early, and that should... Oh, he's missed it! And Diegu's missed it as well. Unreal. Excellent ball in. As is that from Kufra. Fabas bring it down. Volley at home, no. Fabas bring it down. Find a teammate. Danny Rodriguez over the bar. Both sides having chances in this first half. And, well, from that first cross, how neither Diegu or Cardona got on it, I've no idea. Fabas forward to Sanchez. And there's Danny Rodriguez. He's dropped the shoulder nicely. We used the runners around him. Oh, it's not far away from our first truly spectacular goal of the save. We haven't yet had one of those proper worldies go into the back of the net for us. But Danny Rodriguez trying to bend that around the man in front of him. We used the runner Cardona to draw the defenders out of the way. And very nearly a spectacular opener here away from home. Does Sporting have their own ground? Stade Municipal? No, they do not. There are some teams in Segunda Liga that do have their own ground, including, obviously, our own Mallorca. I wonder if Malaga have theirs at La Rosaleda as well. I'm not sure. You guys will have to let me know how many... Well, I guess we'll find out throughout the course of the season how many teams have their own grounds in game. And Danny Rodriguez should this time, and does, give us a 1-0 lead. Cardona and Danny Rodriguez creating quite a good partnership with Cam and Striker. Although obviously Insua is going to want to kind of nudge in on that partnership at some point. But for the time being, Danny Rodriguez is kind of the man of the moment. Rojas into Manu Garcia. Need to not overcommit in a certain direction so as to offer up the opportunity to find some space for the opposition man. Casas has won that header well. It's fallen to Pablo Garcia. Into Aitor Garcia. Aitor, little ball roll, but on this occasion, what usually sends me going the wrong way actually hasn't worked on this occasion. Oh, Danny! That's a terrible little layoff to an on-rushing Fabas. That's not good enough at all. Valiente over the top. I think the referee's probably going to blow his half-time whistle. It'll be 1-0 to us at the break. For the first time, we actually look good value for what we've got. Nacho Mendes, he's kicked that against Cardona. Can he get to that first? No, Nacho Mendes has done well to recover possession. Manu Garcia going back, just caught his legs there as he played the pass. Here's Juka. Manu Garcia has options out wide and centrally. Not using any of them. And then Valiente steps in nicely. Diegu's got some space to break into here because the right back had pushed forward for Sporting. They were yet to lose a game so far this season, but they find themselves 1-0 down here and on the back foot for the majority of the game. So far, they're still managing to hold on and keep themselves in it, at least. And all it takes is one moment to score that equalising goal, as we found out against Espanyol earlier today. So, desperate to avoid that happening to us here. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to bring Pujon for Sanchez. And I'm going to leave Junior on the bench for now, actually. I was thinking about maybe bringing him on from Bula, but we'll leave it as is. Just the one change we'll make. Trying to get the most out of Puigmal as we can in this first season to ensure that he grows with the club rather than us outgrowing him before his potential can catch up. Javi Fuego into Garcia, and with half an hour to go, it's still 1-0 Mallorca away from home against Real Sporting, which would be a fantastic result for us, not only just to get back to winning ways in play games, but also to take points off a promotion rival as well, and a team that is currently above us in the league. Having to defend solidly, but so far defending solidly. Manu Garcia, and White Rosas, who's got himself a long way forward here. Stands up a ball to the back post. Who's going to win that? It's Juka. Ismail at the back post, not able to deal with the physicality of the striker. And Sporting have their equaliser. Marauding right back on one side, striker drifting wide on the other, and almost looked like an own goal there. Casas, or Ismail, was the one that made the more movement with his head. It's a good header, though, from the Sporting man. And unfortunately, Uroš Djurdjevic is what I will say. But again, about pronunciations. 15 minutes to go. 1-1. Sporting have pegged us back. Out to Chumic, to Nacho Mendes. We might not even get a point from this. Manu Garcia. Aitor, we're not going to get a point from this. Wow. From nowhere, Sporting have scored 2 goals. We're going to have a tough time getting out of this division unless we see some improvements in performance and or some growth from the players in our starting lineup. I haven't played particularly badly in any of the games that I've played today, but unfortunately, we don't seem to have quite what it takes at the moment to compete at the very top of the division. We're still very much there or thereabouts with regards to playoff question, but automatic promotion may be a step too far for us this season. At least on these first few games evidence anyway. There's obviously a long way to go. There's an odd number of sides in this division. Obviously in England there's 24 sides in the Championship, League 1 and League 2, and then 20 in the top flight. There are 20 in La Liga, but in the Segunda Division there are 22. So we're used to playing either 38 or 46 games in a season, and we're actually going to be playing 42 games in this season. So slightly different to what we're used to. So there's still a decent whack of games to go, and plenty of time to try and recover any lost ground on sides above us. But we are, at present, losing ground on those sides above us. We've kind of had done to us by Sporting there what we did in our opening game that we played against Almeria with a late goal. Not quite as late as our goal against Almeria, but as you can see there, actually, as I'll advance a little bit further so that everybody has played their 7th games. We are 9th in the table as things stand. 3 points and 1 game's swing away from the playoff spots, and 7 points now away from Sporting and Espanyol, who are 19. 9 points behind Espanyol already. They are flying this season. 17 goals scored, 3 conceded, and we are continually the only side to have taken points off them so far this year. Real Sporting are the only other remaining undefeated side, and we've won 3 and lost 3 so far. Certainly conceding too many goals, as you can see there. 10 goals conceded, which is more than most of the rest of the division, let alone those above or around us. More than anybody, down to 14th with Sabadell. So certainly need to improve defensively at the moment, you'd imagine. But for the time being, we're settling in still, and we're doing okay. We've a relatively busy month actually coming up in October. I'm not sure. Let me check when the Copa del Rey gets underway in this save. Obviously, it's going to work differently to real life because there aren't as many teams in FIFA as there are in real life or on Football Manager, etc. So round 1 we are not involved in. So at least we're getting through to the next round of the Copa del Rey, but I can't see when that fixture is played. Not able to tell. So we'll just have to wait until the second round is drawn, and we'll know when we find out. But for now, we will leave us mid-table. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying this save continually. And do, as I say, please hit the thumbs up button if you're continuing to enjoy, and hopefully we can continue to push this series to new viewers and continue to have you guys that are regular viewers continue to come back. So hopefully moving forward we can get ourselves some more points on the board. And like I say, I'm going to take the feedback from yesterday's episode to decide where to go for those technically gifted players for the 3rd scout. But hopefully we'll see some growth from Jaime Morientes sooner rather than later. Bit of a monster at 6'4", so fingers crossed those goalkeeping stats can improve quickly and we'll have a good young goalkeeper on our hands. But for the time being, it is certainly in goal, not necessarily in goal, but in the defence where we're lacking at the moment. But there's plenty of time for some growth, so fingers crossed we'll see it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Ta-da.